Alrighty, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, give me a moment. Today I thought we'd do something just a little bit different in light of all the fishing stuff we've been doing. I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of that real world, that scary real world stuff. Some of the other things that have been distracting my time lately from YouTube. One of those things has been setting up these fish tanks and getting them situated totally. Please try to ignore I swear it is all exterior. I just really need to wipe this one down. Pretty bad. I think that's going to be a after this video project. Originally, this tank, it's kind of small, so it just had like 6 neon tetras and a few cory cats in it. They got transferred to a different tank that was a little bigger, because the tetras were just kind of like hanging out back here and they weren't really roaming around. And I kind of felt like they just didn't have enough space in this, it's like a 10 or 15 gallon tank. So I figured putting them into the bigger tank would be good for them, make them a little bit happier. But since then, these snails, there's like 5 or 6 snails. This one is Turbo, absolutely. He is the fastest snail alive. He zips around all over the place. And a bunch of other of the little copepods and stuff have popped up in the water too. So things are looking pretty good within. I gave them some leaf litter as well, so the snails would have something to eat. Since there's not going to be any fish going in here for a little while, and I figured I might as well at least treat these snails good and see what they do, I guess. And then sliding over past the mess, we have the big boy tank. Here are the little neon tetras. They like hanging out behind this rock in their cave. I propagated this from a larger plant in here and just used some of these fishing sinkers to help keep it rooted down back there, because one of these guys in particular is a bit of a problem. So the neon tetras usually hang out together. Every now and again a couple of them will wander around, but they all get along pretty well. So there's that plant in the rock for them to give a little cave area. And here we have the big problem with my plants. The hair grass that you saw in the other one, I tried planting over here, but Goldie the barb really does not like me putting new plants in here. She ripped up all of the hair grass. I looked it up some, and I guess she just really wants to eat the roots. The mint Charles also came from the tank over there, and she is very determined to eat the leaves. I'm not entirely sure if they're actually gonna make it, or if she's gonna like leave them alone enough that they'll survive and actually grow, or if I'm just gonna have to find a different plant. If anyone knows how to deal with a cherry barb eating your plants, I really like some kind of tips on that. From what I looked up, this almost feels like a me problem. There was one other person I found that was going to some crazy lengths to deal with their barb eating the small plants. There's also 5 zebra danios that like to swim around mostly towards the top. Lately, this is the furthest down I've seen them coming. There is 4 albino cory cats in this Julie. I'm not a big fan of the store that we got them from. I don't feel like they were taking very good care of their fish, and after seeing the dead fish there, we probably shouldn't have picked up any. We got 3 Julies, and day 1, 2 of them died. I wasn't too thrilled about that. If you've seen any of my angler stuff, then catfish are my favorites. So losing 2 of them was pretty upsetting to me. You can kind of see one of the albinos in there. The kids have started calling them Lucky. They're all Lucky. The little guys are Lucky Jr. All of them are Lucky Jr. They didn't name the Julie, so I just call her Julie. There is a pleco somewhere hiding around in here. I couldn't see him in this shot. He likes to hide under that this shell here. I notice he likes to be upside down on it. And every now and again, some of the wafers or the zucchini or something will get pushed under there. And then he's just got a feast. Because then he doesn't have to try to share it with Goldie, who will eat anything that I put in this tank. Literally anything. Even like while trying to do stuff, she's taking a few nibbles on my hands. Which just feels weird. I do have this little clip of our little pleco guy. He's an ancistrus pleco. So, as far as I'm understanding it, he shouldn't really get too much bigger than he is now. But he's a pretty cool little guy. He's become one of my favorites. They're super interesting to watch. And they look almost like dinosaur-like. The boys have been calling him Dave or Bob or something. I'm not entirely sure. I call him Hoover. Because they're like little Hoover vacuums, just sucking it all right up. But yeah, that is the fishies. That's been a portion of what I've been preoccupied with along with the 4th of July stuff and family. You know how it is. Life is life. It's its own special crazy ride. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed seeing my fishies. I enjoy seeing them every day. And you take care, everybody.